We begin this morning in the United States. The Trump administration is ramping up criticism of NATO allies, saying they failed during the Iran conflict while weighing troop redeployment and pushing ahead with ceasefire talks with Tehran. Our Kim Bo-kyoung starts us off.
The Trump administration has again expressed dissatisfaction with NATO for a passive response by members to the conflict with Iran. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt said on Wednesday that President Trump believes NATO was tested and they failed.
They were tested and they failed. And I would add it's quite sad that NATO turned their backs on the American people over the course of the last 6 weeks when it's the American people who have been funding their defense.
Leavitt's remarks align with a Wall Street Journal report that said Trump is considering a plan to punish some members of the NATO alliance, perhaps by moving some U.S. troops from member countries deemed unhelpful to those that were more supportive. The plan, although in early stages, is believed to have gained support among senior officials in recent weeks. The Trump administration is also reportedly considering closing at least one U.S. military base in Europe, perhaps in Spain or Germany. Leavitt also announced that President Trump is dispatching a negotiating team led by the Vice President J.D. Vance, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and his son-in-law Jared Kushner to Islamabad for talks this weekend.
The first round of those talks will take place on Saturday morning local time, and we look forward to those in-person meetings.
On Israeli attacks on Lebanon following the ceasefire announcement, the U.S. Vice President said Wednesday that the U.S. did not agree to include Lebanon, despite Tehran saying otherwise.
We never made that promise. We never indicated that was going to be the case. What we said is that the ceasefire would be focused on Iran, and the ceasefire would be focused on America's allies, both Israel and the Gulf Arab states.
Trump, speaking to PBS News, said Lebanon is not part of the ceasefire agreement because of Hezbollah, calling it a separate skirmish that will get taken care of. Kim Bo-kyoung, 아리랑뉴스.